Bonjour. Today is a very exciting day for me as I've got fabulous news. I've released my first ever book. That's right. Paris, a fabulous food guide to the world's most delicious city, is my food guide of Paris. This is a book years in the making and comes from my experiences in Paris, from living there and eating through the city for you, basically. So what's in the book? Well, it's a food guide, so of course there are recommendations of places to eat. Each place in the book I've eaten at, and none have given me a free meal or money to be in the book. They are all my personal recommendations based on the food I ate there, service, atmosphere, and above all, their fabulousness, of course. Because we all know what my motto is. Whatever you do it fabulously, and they all certainly do. There are 379 recommendations in the book. 17 boulangeries, 28 cafes, 17 chocolate shops, 13 fromageries, 15 markets or marchés as they're called in French, 17 patisseries, and 172 restaurants. Oh, and also 27 wine bars. Because, sometimes we need a good wine bar. But there are also food streets that I recommend, gourmet and kitchen supply stores, and so much more. Going to Paris can be daunting for some people, and you just don't know where to stay. So in the guide, I've devoted a whole section to this, with information about certain areas that I love and arrondissements to help you choose the right place to stay. Throughout the guide, there's also tips for you. And one of those tips is about how to find good food in Paris. This is a city that gets tens of millions of visitors every year, so feeding them is a mammoth feat, and one that doesn't always cater to foodies like us. Looking for good food is often best done by locals, and so that's where some of my core tips come from. For 3 years after being on MasterChef Australia, and before moving to France, I ran a walking tours business in Melbourne called Queenie's Food Tours. We had 5 different walking tours, and in those 3 years I showed personally over 4,000 people some great food in Melbourne. So, in this guide, I've got 3 walking tours for you. 1 food focused and 2 area focused, the 7th arrondissement and Montmartre. I hope you can enjoy doing them when you're next in Paris. My top 10 restaurants in Paris are included in the guide, and it was really hard to narrow these down to just 10 restaurants, but I did. One of them isn't in Paris though. Well, it sort of is. One is in Versailles, and it's a place I found before they had a Michelin star, and used to be a smaller location. One of those places you just walk past and think, oh, I'll try that for lunch. Why not? Walk in, ask for a table, thinking that they'll probably say they're fully booked, but instead they sit you down, and thinking that I'm not dressed right for this restaurant, and then having the most amazing meal, fantastic service, and an experience I've been fortunate to bring many people back to over the last nearly 10 years, I think it is now. So I hope you can go there and experience it as well. At the end of the book, there's a listing of each recommendation in the book by arrondissement. This is something you never think of, but really is perfect for you if you're in an arrondissement or area and you don't know what lunch or coffee place I should go to, or dinner even, or maybe just to pick up some cheese. Where can I go in that area? Well, I've got you covered in the guide in that section. There's non-foodie things included in the book. I couldn't help it but give you some extra tips. I'm so very proud to get this book out to you. I couldn't have done it without the help of my husband, Peter, and also the team at Evergreen Podcast, with a special mention to Tegan for the cover. It's fabulous. You can get a copy of Paris, a fabulous food guide to the world's most delicious city on Amazon, and soon, hopefully, some selected bookstores, possibly even an odd cafe or restaurant or two. I hope you enjoy it. It wouldn't be possible to do a book like this without the people who make the food or wine, or the people behind the experiences that make them so special and so good and always so delicious. Thank you to you all. Merci beaucoup. Next time you're at a cafe, restaurant or food store and you have a delicious meal or a bite to eat that's just fantastic, make a point of saying thanks. Working in kitchens or behind the scenes can often be a thankless job, and I always try to make that not so. This book is a way of me thanking everybody in it. Remember, you can buy Paris, a fabulous food guide to the world's most delicious city on Amazon via the link in the show notes, or just search Paris, a fabulous food guide to the world's most delicious city by Andrew Pryor. Me. And remember, you know what my motto is? Whatever you do it fabulously. Merci beaucoup. And bon app. Oh, and bon reading if you get a puppy of the book. I don't know if that's a thing, bon reading. Maybe I made it up.